everyone, my name is Sama and welcome to Mediocre Guidance. I was going to do like a completely different topic today. That's actually quite juicy, but I'm going to save that for later because I don't know. I was just kind of like contemplating today, as I always do, and I always pray each day that I can like say and do the right things when I'm making these videos in order to be the best possible like servant to you guys, you know what I mean? And so I just got some inspiration to talk about what it means to be successful and what it means to fail. As usual, my cats are like at their peak levels of energy for the day, and I swear it like always aligns with when I'm trying to film a video. So, disclaimer, I think like anyone who's been following me for a long time just like automatically knows that there is going to be some background noise, and that's because I live with two little gremlins who I love very much and they add a lot to my life. So, I keep like looking at this spot. I'm thinking of dandruff, but it's just the reflection of my headband. Anyways, that's not what the topic, that's not what I was inspired to talk about. Okay, so I just want to talk about failure and what it means to fail, because when we think that we are failures or that we have failed at something that we put a lot of energy and like passion into, it can be painful, right? It feels like either the universe is against you or that you're just incompetent and like maybe you don't have what it takes to make it in this world and to acquire your definition of success. I have a very good friend who's kind of been melancholic about not acquiring the amount of success that he thought he would have at the age that he's at. Like he feels like he doesn't have very much to show for all the things he's done in his life. The definition of success here in North America anyways is basically like capitalistic glory. So whoever holds the most wealth holds the power. If you think of people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, we're not really thinking about their intelligence levels and their like ability to be good businessmen. We consider them successful because they have a lot of wealth and therefore they have like access to things that like we could never think of, like buying out Twitter and stuff, you know what I mean? So that is what we consider the definition of success, is usually financial abundance and like being able to buy whatever you want whenever you want. But really, I mean, if we look at the incredible rates of like mental health issues, and we see this among celebrities too, right? People who are famous, who do have the adoration of their fans and they have a lot of money, they also experience mental health issues. And so having a lot of wealth is not necessarily an indicator of happiness. And to me, happiness and the pursuit of happiness is more important than pursuing money. We often associate money with happiness, right? So the more money we have, the more freedom we have to like do what we want and like pursue our hobbies and interests and stuff without worrying about paying our bills. And so we associate the two very closely. However, if you look at happiness metrics in the world like that have been studied, and like the happiest countries in the world, they're mostly like Scandinavian countries. I believe it's like Finland, Sweden. I will Google this, hang on. So in 2024, as per the World Happiness Report, it's Finland, number 1, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden. Okay, so pretty much like our Scandinavian, like Northern European countries. And from what I understand, and if you're from these countries and I get it wrong, like please correct me in the comments, but I believe they put such a strong emphasis on like work-life balance, and so they're not necessarily in the pursuit of glorious wealth, right? They are trying to lower their stress levels on a daily basis and in turn just have happiness and like find happiness in simple pleasures, and that can be good health and like a harmonious family life and emphasis on self-care, and all those things can be and should really be the definition of success. Success is a progression, right? We are constantly fixated on reaching our final destination. Like we think that we cannot be happy, we cannot be successful until we have achieved XYZ. And I mean, is that ever the case? Human nature is to want more, right? So even once you reach your final destination, we are very powerful manifestors. Okay, and so like we have the power to expand. That's really what love wants to do within us. It wants to expand. And so by nature, once we get something, the novelty wears off and we want more. We want to expand outwards. And so it's like very natural for us to reach our goals and then be like, it's no longer enough for me. Like I need more. And that's exactly how evolution occurs. And so like I was talking to my friend here who was feeling like he was a failure for a man his age. And I just want to say, like, it's not over until it's over, right? If you're on your deathbed and you're reflecting on your life, then maybe you could be like, oh, I wish I had done these things. But even then, like, you are an immortal soul, so even death cannot stop you, right? And you know what? People usually find spirituality when they are at their lowest point, when they are in the face of failure. And it's such a beautiful thing, because the truth is, spirituality and like getting closer to your spiritual self and remembering that you are a divine creation, that you are a piece of God essentially, and that you have so much love to give, that is really the only thing that will fill the void in your heart at the end of the day and in the grand scheme of things. Go. I also want to point out that you don't even realize what contributions you've made in the world, right? For example, I have this YouTube channel, and I think it's pretty small. It's like, I do not have an explosion of views or subscribers or anything like that, and that's okay. And maybe I will in the future, right? Whatever God wills. But I never really know what impact I'm having and like if people are actually getting anything out of my videos. But this week I had such a lovely subscriber, Elijah. I hope I'm saying your name right. It could be Alicia. I'm not sure. I don't want to butcher it, but you are so sweet. And she reached out to me to let me know that my videos are like inspiring for her, and then she thinks that I'm doing a great job. And that's such a wonderful thing to hear, because to me, like, I don't consider myself like a gigantic success, right? But when I realize that I am inspiring people just by being my authentic self, that's what you can do too, right? Like, just by being who you are and being true to yourself, you are already having an impact on others that you may not even be aware of. And I truly believe the greatest satisfaction you can find is in loving others and uplifting others. And as you get closer to enlightenment and as you evolve yourself spiritually, you will find that you do not want to take the journey alone. You want to bring as many people with you as you can, and as you elevate yourself, you will elevate those around you as well, just by shining your light. And lastly, I don't think you can really understand like where you lie in the grand scheme of things with our human vision and our human perception, right? We don't know what is in store for us. We don't know our grand destiny, and I promise you that God or the universe or whatever higher power you believe in is looking out for your success. Like, everything you go through, including your challenges, is leading you towards spiritual success. And that is the greatest success you can have, and that is what will fill the void in your heart. So my friends, I am going to finish off this video by letting you know that the race isn't over until it's over, okay? Life can change on a dime. I think we all know this, where we usually associate that with like something negative happening. Like, we always think like, oh, I was just like doing my thing, and then all of a sudden this thing blew up in my face and now I'm miserable or whatever. Well, guess what? The opposite can happen too, right? You can be in the pits of what you consider to be like your scale of success, and then all of a sudden, whether that is divine intervention or something that you do of your own accord, will like trigger a rise in success for you. And so don't give up on yourself. And also remember that what glitters is not always gold, and you are your best treasure, and to value yourself and praise yourself for all the contributions you make to others in your life just by being yourself. You're a wonderful, glorious self. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go stop my cats from having a wrestling match in my living room. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.